Good morning, good morning, good morning. Well, afternoon now. Hey, y'all. Depending on where you are in the world, come on in the room. Come on in. Put my phone around. Where are y'all coming in from? Hello, everyone. What day is it? Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. So, welcome in. Welcome in. I'm trying to see what my phone was saying. Come on in the room, you guys. Let's see, 2 days ago, a friend of mine asked me to say some NC rhymes. How are y'all doing? Come on in the room. Come on in the room. We are about to go live. Let me turn this down. Goodness. So I have two phones. And I was supposed to be going live on this phone and on my other phone. Hey, Lisa Living, good morning, good morning. Good evening, morning, afternoon, depending on where in the world you are. I am up here in the beautiful mountains of Virginia, and I'm getting ready to do a recap from this webinar that we did the other day. And so a lot of people were asking me about the webinar or they missed it. And so I'm like, you know what, let me hop on live for a little while and just watch this webinar. So what are you up to? Where are you coming in from? Lisa, let me know. Hey, y'all, tap on your finger. Lisa and all the thousands of you watching on the outside, y'all come on inside. Come on in the room. Hey, Annabella. Good morning, good morning. I keep saying morning even though it's afternoon here because I was not ready for the day. And I've been packing and I'm moving, and so I'm settled in to my place where I'm going to be for a little while I'm looking for my house. But I had to go and do some things at my daughter and my son-in-law's house yesterday, so I didn't get to do as much as I wanted to do. But at any rate, we had this webinar that everybody has been asking me about. We're about to do a 30K in 90 days sprint inside of my digital marketing community, Legacy Builders. So you guys, I have been working on telling my story of why I even got started with the digital marketing. And I kind of have. So, what's funny? If you are somebody that has all of us have lived life, obviously. But, there's a lot of different aspects of your life. So sometimes when you're trying to tell your story about certain things, it's kind of like, well, what was the pivotal moment, right? And so I would say for me, there were a couple of things that happened. So, and I'm working with I'm going to be signing up, I think today, to work with one of my folks in my community on storytelling, Daryl Hannah. So if y'all know Daryl, shout out to Daryl. I'm going to be working with him on storytelling. Let me show you this lovely patio here. It's beautiful. It's almost like being in a tree house up here. Well, let me show you. So I'm up in the mountains. So this is the part of the patio. Let me see. Let me back all the way up. Back. So this is part of the patio. The deck. There's an upper deck and a lower deck. And see, but here we're right here where the trees are. So you can see the trees. Oh, look at this. And this is on the deck, on the patio. And then so We've got a nice comfy lounge chair and everything, and then these are the steps. But look at these trees. It's just beautiful. And then fire pit is on the next level, the other level. Let me send some invites to folks to join me. So I don't feel like walking down the steps. So I'm not. But yeah, so I finally moved. I finally moved in here and situated. Because I was, staying with my daughter and my son-in-law when I first moved up here. And the little baby is coming soon. My grandbaby's coming. So it's nice to kind of have, this place while I'm looking for the house to buy. And but it's really lovely up here. And so you can't see now, but down there's cars. So when the fall comes and the leaves fall off of the trees, you'll be able to see part of the road. But this goes on, and then there's another deck underneath this deck. So you can't really see it. But anyway, anywho, I love it up here. Living La Vida Loca. Definitely La Vida Loca. So for all of you that know Spanish, that even if you don't, it's the crazy life. But I really like it. And what's the other thing I was saying? All right, so back to what I was saying is about learning how to tell your story, right? And that's really important because people need to know, like, and trust you in order to want to buy from you, to work with you, to do things with you. So first of all, let me back up. If you don't know me, my name is Kara. I am a mom of 6, an empty nester, a world traveler, and I am a serial entrepreneur, and I'm on here trying to set people free. Free from the daily grind and the 9 to 5 and any of the stuff that you don't want, that's just not making you feel happy or fulfilled. Or maybe you are, but maybe you just want more. Maybe you want more time. Maybe you want more money. Maybe you just want more freedom. So for me, I wanted more money, more time, and more freedom to spend with my kids, to keep traveling the world, and to do the things that I like to do. One of the things that I love doing is helping other people. So since I'm embarked on this sort of making money online journey, it's been very interesting. And like I was saying, one of the big things is learning how to tell your story. And it's sometimes, because like I was saying earlier, we've all lived life. We've lived life. Right now, I'm Generation Jones, as they say. So I'm sort of in between the boomer and the Gen Xer, and I definitely lean more Gen X than boomer. Although I said something yesterday, and my daughter was like, "Oh, Mom, wow, that was so boomer." Right? That was so boomer. But I'm definitely more Gen X, and I really relate to millennials, and I kind of relate to everybody. But I'm trying to get my personal story so that I can show people that no matter where you come from, no matter what walk of life you come from, you can do this. You can change your life. You can have a better life. You can do the things that you want. You can be and do and have whatever it is you want, right? So my background, I've been an entrepreneur since I was 5 years old, right? And my first business was a little shoe shining business when I was 5 years old. My dad helped me set that up. And then I did lots of different things along the way, culminating with me starting I won't even say culminating, but like creating a multi-million-dollar corporation offline. We had an IT company, me and the old ex-husband. He's out of here. And now he's on the planet, but he's not, part of my orbit. So Anyway, so I created this multi-million-dollar corporation, right? Now, it used to be called 6K Systems. It's now Crittenton Consulting. So I'm Kara Crittenton. So I founded 6K Systems, and I was like, you know what? I'm tired of making everybody else rich. It's time to make ourselves rich. And so he was kind of scared. He was afraid because I came from a long line of entrepreneurs. And he didn't come from that background. He came from go to school, get a really good job, and do all of the things, right? Maybe you'll work for a company and he did all that. He did that. Don't take anything away from him. He did all the things that they tell us to do. But it was still, I'm like, we're working too many hours for somebody else's dream. And so fast forward, I walked away from that whole situation, that whole toxic to me situation, and I left with my mama, my 6 kids, and my sanity, and I never ever looked back. I never regretted leaving. What I felt sad about was things that happened, in the aftermath. Well, there, of course, the reasons that I had to just leave, walk away from that toxic situation. I never had any regrets about walking away, like I said, from leaving that. It was toxic for me. So I'm not telling anybody to leave their person. Hey, if you can work things out, work things out. But what I am saying is you need to learn to value yourself, know your worth, even if other people don't see it, or they see, I don't know, maybe they see it, it doesn't matter. What matters is you and your self-esteem. And I'll tell you one thing that my ex-mother-in-law used to say all the time: there's nothing like your self-esteem. That is one of the things that stuck in my head when I was making that decision to finally just leave. Was like, there's nothing like your self-esteem. So there's only so much that people can deal with, put it that way, before they're like, enough is enough, I gotta go. And so that's what I did, and I don't regret that decision. But it was hard. It wasn't like it was easy. It wasn't like I just left and it was all sunshine and puppy dogs and rainbows. No, because there was a lot of things that should have been done in a certain way that weren't done, which caused me to have to really struggle trying to even put food on the table for my kids, right? I didn't know what I was going to do. Some days I didn't know what we were going to eat, and I went to bed hungry a lot of nights because after the kids ate, there was nothing left for me to eat. So they'd be like, Mommy, aren't you hungry? I'd be like, nah, I ate a little something earlier. And when I mean a little something, I mean a little something, little teeny something. And so, life happens to all of us, is basically my point. So it doesn't matter whether you did some great, fabulous thing in your life, or you've never really done anything that you feel is significant. I'll tell you one thing: if you're a parent, you've already done something significant, so shout out to you. And if you're just somebody who's just trying to figure out life and just trying to put all the pieces together, you're also doing something great. And especially in these times right now. So fast forward, walk away from that, and then I was doing things in the music industry and the entertainment industry, and that was great. I got to do an international and national tour with Cedric the Entertainer. I got to help put on some big events like some women's conferences and stuff like that. And I did promotions, like club promotions and events. So I worked with the people from Love and Hip Hop and Cardi B and all these different people. And that was awesome. But I had a partner that I was working with that, when I tell you, y'all heard of that show, Janky Promoters? Or did you see that movie, Janky Promoters? If you haven't, just go Google the movie Janky Promoters and read the bio. And that's pretty much what this guy that I was trying to work with was all about. No, he used to make me so mad because I'm like, we could just do this. It's so simple. Let's just do it. Just do it the right way. Why are you trying to cut corners and do all this stuff that you don't need to do? Because we can do this the right way. I know a lot of people in the music industry, Grammy Award-winning singers and songwriters and producers and all of this stuff, and you see these things that are being done the right way, but yet you want to continue to try to do stuff the wrong way. So I have a stellar reputation. Like I said, I've been an entrepreneur since I was 5 years old. Even when I worked for other people, I always had my own thing going on. And so I'm like, I'm not about to mess up my stellar reputation for anybody. You can lie and said I did this thing or that thing, but I'm not messing up my stellar reputation for anybody. Nope. So we got a flash goal, you guys. Let me pin it up here. So it is the Daily Heart Me. Woo! All right, y'all. So let me back up for those of you who are just joining me. Hey, Esperanza. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. And all of the thousands of you that are on the outside looking in. Y'all come on in the room. My allergies are bothering me, so I probably should not be sitting outside. I probably should go inside, but I'm sitting out here for a little while. But it's like, sometimes life be lifing, right? So I don't know what your thing is. Maybe you lost a job. Maybe you have a job that you absolutely hate and you don't want to go to that job. I remember when I worked at the post office years ago. I mean, I could not stand this job. I couldn't stand this job so much that on my days off, you guys, I would literally drive blocks and blocks out of the way. And now this was in Philadelphia. So, if you've been to the city blocks are really long. I would drive like 10 blocks out of my way at least to not go by that stupid post office. I really couldn't stand it. Hey, Lisa, how are you, my friend? Welcome in, welcome in. Yes, that is beautiful, Lisa. She is one of the people inside of my Legacy Builders community. So, you guys, maybe you have a job that you hate. Maybe you have a job that you love. Now, the last job I had before I, got married and moved away and started this multi-million-dollar corporation with the ex was, guess what? I was a director at the Municipal Tax Bureau of Philadelphia. Now, for anybody who doesn't know, that Philadelphia is a huge, huge city. And so we collected the taxes for businesses in the cities and in some of the surrounding counties, right? So I was a director there, and I had a bunch of people working under me, and we were running like 3 shifts, and I loved it. I loved everything about that job except the money. The money sucked. The money was awful. But the job was great. So here I go. I get married, and I got married in March. So my ex-husband, well, he was my husband then. So my husband is like, he's in Virginia, and I'm in Philadelphia. So we were like 2.5 hours apart from each other. And he's like, okay, this is ridiculous. You gotta leave, you gotta move from there. You gotta come here. And I'm like, but it's tax season, because tax season is in April, right? And I'm like, I don't want to leave them in a lurch, because they need me. And I don't want to just, leave and leave them stranded. Let me tell y'all something. I left that darn job, and you know what happened? They did not miss one single beat processing people's tax returns. They did not miss a beat. Thank you, Lise. They weren't like, oh my gosh, Kara is gone. So what are we going to do now? What is we going to do? No, they were just like, we miss you, we like you and all that. You're cool as a person, but we're still going to keep processing these tax returns, and we're going to keep on getting this money, because me leaving did not stop the show, right? Thank you, Lise. Thank you for the roses. Yes, I appreciate you. And now, where are you now, Lisa? I'm a sidebar. Lisa, where are you now? I know you were moving, right? Did you move to Spain? Is that right? I know you moved somewhere. Let me know where you moved to. Because I said I'm a world traveler. Hey, Fred. Welcome. Oh, you're in Spain. Okay. I bet it's beautiful there. I watched it on the Travel Channel and all that stuff, but I have not been to Spain. I would love to come there one day. Yeah, so what time is it where you are? It is 1:02 p.m. here. Is it morning there? Night? What time is it in Spain? You should, I definitely would love to come there. Hey, Fred C. Welcome in, friend. Welcome in. And so, 7:08. Okay, so you're 6 hours ahead of me. Awesome. Very good to know. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. And see, you guys, I was telling you about this community and why I started working online. And we have people like Beautiful Lise. If y'all not following her, go right there and follow her because she's awesome. And excuse me, she's in Spain, so we're on different timetables. So you can go over there and hang out with her sometime. Come hang out with me. This is why I love our community in this program because we're not doing like MLM and network marketing where you got to get all these people under you and you got to recruit people. And then you're like, well, I don't really want to tell anybody about this other person because what if they go join them instead of joining me? No. It doesn't work like that. We're a community of almost 60,000 people, and we all just support each other, and we care, and we really want to see each other win, which is really, really weird. So shout out to all of us. Yes, shout out to us. So anyway, I left the whole tax bureau thing, and like I said, I loved that job. So I know there's people that hate their jobs and people that love their jobs. I've had the benefit of having both experiences. Most of my learning about working, though, came from being in the family business. That's why I love our community. Yes, truly global, thriving community. Absolutely. So you see that Lisa's in Spain. I'm up here in the mountains of Virginia. I had somebody join me that was in Qatar, or Qatar, as we Americans say. And then I had somebody that joined me that's in Kenya, someone else from Ghana. So, I mean, it's a beautiful thing to just see all these different people and countries and personalities represented. It doesn't matter where you come from. You can, like, we've got a bunch of stay-at-home moms in this community, and we've got a bunch of just, like, housewives and dads and stay-at-home dads and people that have done really awesome, amazing things. We got doctors, lawyers, realtors in here. People, I'm not the only person that had a really successful business offline and then started, to this online space. But we have people that never did anything like this before. We got people from the corporate background. Like most of my working outside of working for family was corporate. And so we've got people like my friend Tim. Tim was working for Best Buy. Yeah, Best Buy. He helped them open up all of these stores, you guys. Now check this out. He helped them open up all of these stores all over the country. 25 years he worked for them. He goes into work on a Tuesday, whatever day it was. He goes into work one day. No, he was let go on a Friday. He goes to work on Friday, and they're like, oh, by the way, we don't need you no more. Bye-bye now, Tim. After 25 years. Okay, now, having been an employer, and I had a couple of hundred consultants and employees that worked with the company, right? Sometimes it's not that the company is just horrible and the bosses are horrible people, because I wasn't a horrible person, and I was a great boss, and, but sometimes you have to make decisions based on how many people you can keep. Like, for instance, when the government shut down at one point, so how the federal contracts work, because we were doing federal government contracts. When the government shuts down, you don't get paid. And you know who doesn't get paid first? Contractors. So we weren't working for the government. We worked on projects for the government. So that meant we still had to come up with what? The payroll for the employees, the taxes for the employees, the health insurance for the employees. We still had to keep the business running because they don't care that they're not paying you. They do not care. Their thing is you're supposed to have 3 months of payroll, taxes, insurance, whatever it is you need for your employees. You're supposed to have that set aside, just sitting around somewhere in a cookie jar, I guess. You're supposed to have that set aside for anything like that. So they don't care if you say, well, you guys didn't pay us, so the government shut down for 30, 60 days. We're not getting paid. We still have to pay employees. We still have overhead. We still have all of the things to take care of. So you do have to make tough decisions sometimes. But I feel like there's a way to do things. And it's not to wait till somebody walks in on the Friday or right before Christmas or and be like, oh, by the way, you're fired. No, you could start letting people know. I don't know how they did it, but I know that I would never do it the way that it was done. But anyway, this guy Tim walks in on that Friday. They're like, "We're done. You're out of here." And he's like, "Out after 25 years." Now, Tim's story. I'm actually telling you two stories. Tim and Daryl. So Tim's story was that he had a severance package. Right, he had a good severance package. He had some money saved up. So he wasn't immediately panicking like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? Because the money was there, so he wasn't like just losing his mind. He's his dad. He's a dad. And he's a husband, and he's got 5 kids and a wife, right? And he lives in California. Which, if you know anything about California, even if you're not here in the U.S., most people know California is an expensive place to live. Very expensive. Okay, so they fired him. He's like, okay, so he starts applying for all these jobs. And because he was 55, nobody wanted to hire him. And they definitely didn't want to pay him what he had been getting paid before. Why? Because they could bring in somebody younger and cheaper and pay them. They probably could get 2 younger, cheaper people for what they were paying Tim after 25 years. I'm sure that's the decision that they made. Okay, so hey Melvin, welcome in, friend. Welcome. So anyway, so they let Tim go, and Tim was like, okay. He went on all these job interviews, and nobody wanted to pay him what he was worth. So then he was like, you know what? And even if they did, I don't want to do this again. Like, I don't want to dedicate my life and days and weekends and holidays and missing like every kid's event, all the sporting against all the things, because I'm giving all of this loyalty to this company that's not loyal to me. So he was just online, and he found this program, Legacy Builders Program, which, by the way, you guys, you see right there, teampaydaily.com. That's my website. Take a screenshot, pop that into your browser, and it'll take you straight to my website. Now, the other way is to go to the link in my bio. So to do that, you go where it says Team Pay Daily. You tap that little picture 2 times. It will open up onto my profile page where you see a bigger picture of me, and then under the bigger picture of me you will see the link to my website. So the fastest way to do it is just screenshot this teampaydaily.com and go straight to the website. Okay, so anyway, back to Tim. So he's like, I'm not going to do all that. He's looking for a way to figure out like what else he can do or something like that. And then he finds he sees this video with our mentor Michelle, and she's talking about how she's making money online from her phone, working 2 hours a day. There's no uplines, no downlines, no MLM, no network marketing, no DMing people, no cold calling people, no chasing down your friends and family. You don't need any tech skills. You don't need to be trying to force people to buy your thing, because we do attraction marketing. So the people that want to make a difference, they want to change their lives, they want to earn some money from their phone, they are interested in what we're doing, right? Inside our community, we average $900 a day. So I know sometimes that might seem like a big number to get your head around if you haven't made $900 a day. So what I like to tell people is, what if you just made $100 a day? What if you just made $100 a day? Because most people can get their head around that, right? $100 a day is whatever it is an hour. Don't get me making up stuff. Maybe it's, what is that? I don't know. Whatever $100 is a day. That's what I'm saying. What if you could just make $100 a day? What if you made an extra $100 a week? What if you made an extra $300 a week? See where I'm going? Maybe you make an extra $300 in a month. Are you going to be like, oh my God, this program doesn't work because I made $300 from my phone? You're going to be like, no, it works. This is the first time I've ever made money from my phone. How exciting. And so that's what Tim did. He was like, okay, he didn't know anything about network marketing. He didn't even know some of the stuff she was talking about, because he'd never ever done anything like that. Now, I've done network marketing before. The way I found this program was, I had a product, and I was looking for a way to market my product. So anyway, Tim gets involved in the program. For 3.5 months, he doesn't do anything. I mean, he's going through the training, but he's not like making the videos. He's not doing any of the things that he needs to do to make an income. But he was still plugging into training and everything, right? And then one day he's like, you know what? I probably should just ask some questions and find out some more information. He did, and then he took off, and now it's 2 years. I think 2 years, maybe a little more than 2 years, and he's made, you guys, get this, over 700,000 buckaroos. So shout out to Tim. Now, let me give you another story of Daryl. Daryl, who is actually, when I first came on, I was talking about I'm going to be working with someone, one of the people in our community who's doing a coaching, teaching you how to tell your story, right? And so that person is Daryl. Well, Daryl's story, just like Tim, he worked for this company for years, devoted, employee of the month, year, all the good stuff, right? And they're like, oh, you're doing great. You're awesome. We love you, blah, 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 right? And so he goes to work one day, and I believe he was on a Tuesday. He goes to work, and they tell him, come in the office. Oh, by the way, we're going in a different direction, and you're fired. Like, you're fired today. Like, get your stuff, and you're done. And he was totally blindsided. And so they were both blindsided, but the difference with Tim and Daryl was Tim had a severance package. Tim had money saved. Tim was okay for the moment. He knew he would have to make some money. He knew he'd have to do something, but he was okay. Daryl, can I tell y'all how Daryl did not have anything to fall back on? He didn't get a severance package because he was a welder in Tennessee, and he's working in a hot factory. He said like 100 and something degrees inside of this factory welding. Now, if you're not in the U.S. or if you're in the U.S., Tennessee is in the South. It's in the South. And the U.S. gets super duper hot in the summertime in the South. So already probably was 100 degrees outside. It's over 100 and something degrees inside where he's doing this welding. And they just fire him. Here, get your stuff. Bye-bye. No severance, no 2 weeks, nothing. He did not have any money because he didn't have a severance package. He was already living paycheck to paycheck and wasn't able to save any money, because when you don't have enough money to cover your basic bills, how were you supposed to save money? And he was working nights and weekends and holidays and missing out on stuff with his family. Like he said, he almost lost his marriage. So Daryl ends up trying to get into a homeless shelter, which he did. But before he got into the homeless shelter, you know what he did? He ended up having to sleep outside in the woods. And he actually did a video where he took us and showed us where he slept in the woods for 3.5 weeks. In the woods, and he slept in his car and whatever else he had to do to survive. And he was like, I'm never going back to another job. So he got involved in selling life insurance. So while he's selling life insurance, he gets into the shelter, he's selling life insurance, and he's at this lady's house writing a policy, and he sees something on Facebook while he's waiting for her. And the person had this post that said they were working 2 hours a day from their phone. They had made $600. No MLM, no uplines, no downlines, 100% profit. And, and no tech skills needed, no following needed. He was like, wait. How do I get into this? Now, here's the thing. Remember I told you Tim had a nice severance package and he had some money set aside. When Daryl found this program, he had negative $6 in his bank account, which means his account was overdrawn. He had negative $6 in his bank account. But he was going to get this life insurance check for like the next week. So he got this check. He couldn't come in just pay the whole thing. So he did what a lot of us do, installment plans, right? So now, installment plans are not available everywhere, but they definitely are available in the U.S. And so He did the installment plan and he paid $75. He got the $300 bundle, which is what I always encourage y'all to do is get the $300 bundle. Go right there to my website, teampaydaily.com, and put in your information. There's a super duper short video, but put in your information and get started. Get started today, and I'm going to cover your website fee for everybody who's on this webinar. I mean, not webinar. Everybody who's on this live, if you get started today, I'm going to pay your $39 website fee. So you just need to get in here and let's get going, right? So anyway, he was like, okay, I'm going to do it. So he paid the $75. He got in on the installment plan, which is what I tell people to do if you think like, well, I don't, maybe 300 is too rich for my blood right now. Do the installment plan. You're going to end up getting two streams of income. You're going to get a $300 stream and the $100. So you're going to be able to get into our 90-day sprint that we're going to do this starting on Monday. So you're going to want to get in here because our mentor Michelle is really going to be, she's bringing it. When I tell y'all this lady's bringing it, she's bringing it. So now Daryl gets in on the installment plan. He gets started. He gets going, and he's like, you know what? I got to make this work. Why? Because he didn't have another option. He didn't have anything to fall back on. He had to get it. He didn't have the, I will say luxury, but with luxury, he didn't have the luxury that Tim had at the time, which was to kind of take his time and, like I said, it didn't matter that it took him 3.5 months to make money because now, unless little more than 2 years, he's making over 700,000 K in this program. So it works with the skills that he learned and just, so Daryl gets in, he gets going. He now has made in less than 2 years, Daryl is over $460,000, you guys. So, how do I know that this program works? How do I know that this program works? Because I'm doing it. I am making money from my phone, working these 2 hours a day, and I'm doing it. And Lise is doing it. And there's other people doing it. Hey, Rejoice. Let me see, because you know how this thing. Hey, Rejoice with, part of your name is cut off, but hello. Welcome in. And so, there's people that are doing it, right? And just like now, me going live on TikTok, first of all, I thought TikTok was a platform with dancing cat and dog video. Because I was always on Facebook, so whenever somebody would share something from TikTok, it was always like people doing skits or dancing cats and dogs. So that's what I thought it was. I didn't even know about the TikTok shop. I had no idea people were literally making millions of dollars on this platform. My guy was like, one day he had on his cologne. This is how I found out about even TikTok shop, right? He had on his cologne. I'm like, oh my gosh, you smell so good. Like, what is that? And he's like, I'm running out. And I was thinking, well, he's going to tell me, and then I'll go to the store or Macy's or whatever and get him some of this cologne. I'm like, oh, well, where did you get it? He said, the TikTok shop. TikTok shop? I'm like, what is that? He said, you can buy stuff on TikTok? I had no idea that you could buy stuff on TikTok. So that was my first introduction to knowing that you could buy stuff on TikTok shop. Now, when I got started in this program, here's how I found it. I was on Facebook. And my friend Tracy has been doing internet marketing, making money online since before Facebook was even a thing. Shout out to she is one of these legendary people in the internet marketing world. And so she's a friend of mine because years ago I tried to do some stuff online, and I did learn how to do some things, but that was years and years ago. So how many of y'all know what worked then does not work now? What worked 10 years ago doesn't work. Do you know what worked 6 months ago on the internet space? A lot of this stuff doesn't even work anymore. Like, here's an example. Using hashtags on whatever this thing is, TikTok. It doesn't really work that well anymore, right? And TikTok is the one who said the hashtags are not as effective. You used to be able to put in like 1,000 hashtags. Now you can put, I think, 5 hashtags. So it's changed, and that's just in the last couple of months. I don't even know if it's been 6 months, but that's how fast the internet is evolving, you guys. So anyway, I see this post from Tracy. She says that she's at a baseball game with her son, and she just made $600. She actually said, "I just had a $600 ding," and I'm like, "What is a ding?" Well, when we get money comes on our phone, we call it a ding, like, the notifications on your phone. So she's like, I just got a $600 ding on my phone while watching my son play baseball. I'm like, what? Now, this is Tracy. I know her. I know that she only does good business. She's like me. She only does stuff that has integrity and that, it's good business. She doesn't monkey around with a bunch of nonsense. Well, I'm like, okay, wait a minute. So this says she works 2 hours a day from her phone. There's no uplines, no downlines, no cold calling people, no messaging people, no being up in people's DMs with the hey girl, hey messages, no tracing down friends and family, no having to recruit people, none of that stuff. And guess what? No paid ads either. It's all free. I'm like, what are you doing? And not only what are you doing, but how can I do it? That was my question. Because, see, I'm not a person that was skeptical about whether people were making money online. Years and years ago, I did a couple of things and I made a little bit of money online. So I already knew this was legit. Even if I didn't think it was legit, I know Amazon exists. I know Walmart exists. I know that I bought lots of products and courses and things over the years online. Most people are online. And everybody's on their freaking phones all day. So when I saw that, I was like, okay. So I'm like, she had like, if you're interested, put ready in the comments or whatever she had in there, right? And so I was like, okay, cool. Well, I'm interested because I need to know how to get some money. And she was also talking about you can market if you already had a product or service. Hey, Junior, welcome in. If you already had a product or anything like that you could use this program to learn how to market. And I was like, what? I have a product. I want to learn how to market my thing, because we had paid somebody $1,500 to do this marketing, and he was a great guy, but he did a horrible job. I mean, he did such a bad job because he was overwhelmed and over his head that we got our money back. So I'm like, I know I can figure this out. So anyway, fast forward. I sign up. There's a little short video that you're supposed to watch. I didn't even watch the video, you guys. I was just like, I just need to know how to do this. When I watched the video, it was after I had already signed up, paid my money, made my little investment. And guess what? I was able to get my investment back, you guys. So it didn't take forever. It did. So anyway, you can start this program today. Go to the link in my bio or go straight to my website. Take a screenshot. I'm going to move this thing around. Team Pay Daily, www.teampaydaily.com. That is my website. That's where we're going to get connected, you guys. Listen, I want to see everybody win. I have a big goal. I'm a big dreamer person. I told you that I created this company offline that we started in the bedroom and turned it into a multi-million-dollar corporation, right? And I walked away from that thing and that whole marriage and all the toxicity and everything that was not good for me with my mama, my sanity, and my 6 kids. And I had to start over, and it was hard, but I did it. And so that tells me one thing about humans. We can do hard things. Think about the things that you've done. Maybe you haven't done that, but you've done something else in your life that was hard. You've had times when you didn't know how you were going to make it, right? Like I said, I went to bed a lot of nights hungry because once my kids ate, there was nothing left for me to eat. I didn't go crying to them like, oh my God, Mommy's so hungry because you guys ate up all the food. No, I just went to bed hungry. That's what I did. And then the next day, when I went to, wherever I went, I would getting cheap that I could eat, or get a pack of noodles, whatever it was. I did what I had to do, and that's what most of us do, right? Now maybe your story's not like that. Maybe maybe you come from riches and you've never had a struggle as far as finances. Maybe, see, people would say, why are there doctors and lawyers and business people and realtors and people that look successful in this program? And some of the people, it's not that they don't have money, it's that they don't have time. My daughter's in law school right now. Well, she's on maternity, taking a break for the semester because she's about to have my first grandbaby. Shout out to my daughter Katie and my son-in-law John. But she's in law school, right? Now, when she comes out, she's going to be practicing law. But if she's going to be a really, really, really good attorney, which she is, because my daughter is the queen of the overachievers. She's already written a book that's published. She does speaking engagements. She's just amazing. But how many of you know that when you want to become a lawyer, you just don't go sit in your room and watch Law and Order, and then you decide, I'm ready to be a lawyer, because I've watched like 98 episodes of Law and Order. No, you got to go to school. You got to get the training. Same thing with being a doctor, right? You don't just sit around and watch what doctor show? I don't know. Let's just say ER, because just about every country has some version of a show called ER, right? So, you don't just sit around watching TV shows about doctors and you decide to go operate on somebody. Now, if you do, you need to get some help right now if that's what you do. Don't do that. That's not good. It's not. But seriously, so my daughter's going to law school. Law school is very expensive. Why would a doctor, why would a lawyer, why would a realtor, why would those people get into this digital marketing and this learning how to make money online? Because they don't have one thing: time. Good morning, Fritz. Because they don't have any freaking time. They have the money, but not the time. Like I told you guys, for me, it wasn't so much that I had all of this money, even though, yes, I created this multi-million-dollar corporation. But I told you guys I walked away from all of that with my mom and my 6 kids and my sanity, and I had to start over. And so when it wasn't so much, I had figured a few things out, and I'm in the entertainment industry and doing different things. So people know me from a lot of different walks of life. But I wanted to have more time and, of course, more money and more freedom to spend with my kids. Like I said, I'm a mom of 6. I'm an empty nester, and I'm a world traveler. I wanted to do more traveling around the world, like my friend Lise right here from Legacy Builders. She lives in Spain. You know how much I would love to go to Spain, especially because I watch all the travel shows and I love it. And I watch House Hunters International, and they're always showing all these places in Spain and stuff like that, and it's just beautiful. And so I need more money to travel. I need more time to travel. I want to do all this stuff before I'm super duper old and like I'm too tired to do anything. And even when I get old, I still want to be doing fun and cool stuff, you guys. All right, so now here's what I want to tell you guys to do. If you're ready, if you're interested, if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, if you know you have more month than money, maybe you're heading into retirement, maybe you're 40s, 50s, or 60s or more, and you're heading into retirement or in retirement, and you don't have enough money to cover your living expenses and to live comfortably. This is for you, because we're going to teach you every single thing you need to know. We're going to hold your hand, and this is a step-by-step proven process. So it's really going to be easy for you to do. Simple for you to do. Now, the reason I like to say simple and not easy, because this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. You actually have to do stuff. You don't have to go live like I'm doing. Lise also goes live. Most of the people in our community, I don't know if there's most. A lot of people in our community go live. Okay. You don't have to ever go live. You don't even have to show your face if you don't want to. You can do what we call faceless marketing. Let me give y'all a quick example of that, and then I'm off of here because I'm actually supposed to be going somewhere. Let me give you a quick example of what faceless marketing could look like. All right, so I'm going to flip my phone around and show you this beautiful forest where I am. Now, this is where I'm living right now. So I could just be showing this scene, right? Now, pretend I'm not talking. All right, I can do that. Okay, so I take this, I make this video of this beautiful, beautiful forest scenery, right? And then what I would do, let me go back, let me flip it back around, sorry. I would have, come on, Kara. All right, so I got this beautiful forest scenery right here. And on here, I would have some music. And there's some butterflies. I don't know if y'all can see them, but there's some butterflies flying by. So I would have some music playing in the background. And I would just have words on the screen that maybe would say, are you ready to change your life? Would you, would $900 a day change your life? Could you work 2 hours a day from your cell phone, making a super short 7-second video like this? If you want more information, comment info. That's it, right? So I would do that. Let me flip my camera back around. And that's a video, 7 seconds. I think all of you can do that. Who in here can do that? Raise your hand, say I. Hey, Win with Tracy. Welcome in, friend. Welcome in, welcome in. I think everybody can do that, especially because guess what? You don't have to try to guess what to say. We're going to tell you what to say. Every single day inside of our community, our mentor, Michelle, gives me, gives Lise, gives all the other people, gives Tim, gives Daryl, the 2 guys that I told you about that are now making over 700,000 and over 460,000 respectively. I told you those people are making this type of money. My mentor, Michelle, was able to make $1 million, you guys, $1 million from this app in 17 months. And the reason I love her story so much is because she's a mom of 6 just like I am. Now, I'm an empty nester. I think she's still got a couple of kids at home, but she's also got 5 grandkids. I am about to have my first grandbaby. I know I'm going to be a Gigi because that's what I want to be called. I want to be called Gigi because I like the way that sounds. So I'm going to be called a Gigi. Hey, Ty's wife, welcome. I think that's, or is that Hardy's wife? But anyway, welcome in, sweetie. So I'm about to hop off here, you guys, but if you know that you're ready to make this income from your phone, at least get the information, right? Get your free guide. I have a free guide for you, and it's how to make 10K in 30 days. And so go ahead and get that free guide, and let's get started. We're averaging between $300 and $900 a day inside of my community. You can do this. The reason I know for sure that you can make money from your phone, working 2 hours a day with no uplines, no downlines, no MLMs, no tech skills. You don't even need a following to do this, is because I'm doing it. And there's almost 60,000 people inside of my community doing the exact same thing. So if you're ready and you want the information, go ahead and put ready in the comments, or DM me and just put the word ready and I will get the information to you. Or go straight to my website, teampaydaily.com, www.teampaydaily.com. Let's get connected. I'm Kara. It's my pleasure talking to you. I'm so glad that you guys came and hung out with me. You could be anywhere else in the world, but you hung out with me today, and I appreciate it. Hey, if you're not following me, make sure to follow me. I will follow you back as long as you're not a spammer, scammer, or sugar daddy. If you have a real account, I will follow you. If you haven't done your daily heart me, go ahead and do that. Make sure you guys, even if you don't do it with me, do your daily heart me with another live host. And I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to pray for y'all too real quick with another live host, because TikTok is really, really big on those daily heart me's. They're giving you rewards points if you want to buy stuff from the TikTok shop. If you post videos or you go live, they help push your content out to more people. Those daily heart me's are so important now. And you know the rules just changed, right? September 13th. Yeah, the rules just changed on TikTok. Whole new gang of community guidelines. Those are so important. There are some live hosts that are kicking people out of their rooms if they don't do the Daily Hurt Me. That's how important it is. Hey, April, welcome in. Welcome in, April. All right, you guys, so I'm out of here. I was actually supposed to leave at 1:30, and so I'm about 8 minutes late to get on the road. And I will talk to y'all later. I may or may not go live on this page later, but I will definitely be live on my other page, which is my name, Kara Reveals Crittenton. Let me go ahead and put that in the chat. No, I'm not going to do it. All right, I'm out of here. Let me say a quick prayer for you guys. Hey, accept Balir, welcome in, friend. I'm getting ready to hop off here. I'm going to say a quick prayer for you guys. Thank you for this day, Lord. Thank you for these wonderful people. Thank you for everyone that came on my live, Lord. I ask that you would let them have a wonderful, perfect day. Anything that they're struggling with, whether it's their family, their finances, their job, their children, health, whatever it is, Lord, I ask that you would bless them, and I ask that you would show them the way and show them what it is that you have for them to do and how they can live the life that they want and that you would have them to have. So, Lord, I ask you to make my will agreeable with your will. I ask you to every single person that's decided to join me on this live, Lord, let them have success after success after success. Lord, you know my heart is to help 100 families to earn 6 figures from their phone in the next 12 months, Lord. And you know that we will give you all the honor, all the glory, and all the praise. And I thank you for every single person. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. All right, y'all, I'm out of here. Hey, Dawn, I'm off of here. But I will see you on the next go-round. All right, if you're not following me, follow me. Ciao for now, you guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.